You know, it's kind of crazy, but recent surveys are showing that nearly half of all knowledge workers out there are secretly terrified that generative AI is going to take their job within the next 5 years. I mean, it is literally the biggest workplace anxiety of our time, right? Whether you're scrolling through the news or just grabbing a coffee with a coworker, that panic is totally palpable. Everyone's whispering about who might get replaced next. But today, in this explainer, we are going to completely break down how you can stop worrying about being replaced. We're going to dive into some highly actionable concrete steps to make absolutely sure you remain incredibly valuable today, tomorrow, and honestly well into the future.
Because here's the thing, history clearly shows us that powerful new tools don't actually eliminate human expertise. They just change what that expertise looks like. Think about it for a second. When the mechanical calculator was invented, mathematicians didn't just throw their hands up and go home. They started solving way more complex planetary physics problems. When the internet arrived, researchers definitely didn't become obsolete. Their ability to gather global information just completely skyrocketed. And when cameras came along, portrait painters panicked thinking art was dead. But instead, the camera birthed modern cinema, photography, and whole new visual mediums that employ millions of people today. AI is just the next iteration in this very long, totally predictable line of powerful tools.
So the crucial point here is that we have to stop asking how to beat AI. It's a losing game anyway. Instead, we need to fundamentally shift our mindset and ask ourselves this exact question. How do I become more valuable because AI exists? The people who are going to absolutely thrive in this next decade aren't the ones stubbornly trying to race a machine at tasks the machine can already do in 3 seconds. No way. The winners are going to be the folks who learn to direct these tools effectively to massively multiply their own output. To get you there, here is exactly how we are going to map out this explainer today. First up, the great AI misconception. Second, human versus machine. Third, the 5 levels of AI mastery. Fourth, skills that stay valuable. And finally, your 4-month roadmap. Okay, let's jump straight into section 1, the great AI misconception, and viewing AI as electricity. The absolute easiest way to wrap your head around this transition is to think of AI like electricity. Before electricity, factories physically had to be built right next to rushing rivers just to harness water power, right? The environment dictated absolutely everything. But when electricity finally arrived, it didn't just replace the water wheel, it completely transformed how every single factory operated, where entire cities could be built, and how people lived. And here's the absolute kicker. It didn't replace every worker. Instead, a floor worker who used to manually crank a heavy water-powered loom learned to literally flip a switch and manage 3 automated electric looms all at once. Their physical burden went way down while their strategic output went way, way up. They revolutionized their environment. So just like electricity modernized the world without killing human ambition, AI is this invisible force multiplier that we just have to learn how to plug into.
That brings us to section 2, human versus machine, and exactly where our value lies.
To really understand where you fit in, you have to recognize this brand new division of labor. It's essentially a partnership. While the machine effortlessly handles the heavy lifting, stuff like memorizing massive amounts of information, spitting out your first rough drafts, translating languages, writing routine code, and churning through endless data sets, we get to step in and handle the distinctly human stuff. We're the ones setting the actual goals and making those really tricky ethical decisions. We're the ones looking a client in the eye to build lasting trust, leading real people who need empathy, understanding deep cultural context, and navigating truly novel problems that a machine has never seen before. Machines are fantastic at the how and the what, but humans are totally unmatched at the why. The future belongs entirely to the people who brilliantly combine both.
All right, moving on to section 3, the 5 levels of AI mastery, and how you actually climb the ranks. When you look at how people adopt AI, there's basically a 5-step ladder, and most people are completely stuck on step 1. An AI user is just dipping their toes in. Maybe they're using it to help with homework, or drafting a quick email, or having a chatbot write a goofy pirate sea shanty for a friend's birthday. It's fun, sure, but it's super basic. The ladder goes so much higher than that. By step 3, you become an AI builder, creating customized workflows that run in the background while you literally sleep. At step 4, you're an AI strategist, helping entire businesses figure out their return on investment and privacy concerns. And by the time you hit step 5, an AI leader, you are redesigning from the ground up how global organizations get work done responsibly. You are the one setting the vision.
Now, if you are currently hanging out at step 1, becoming an AI operator, step 2 should be your absolute immediate goal. Honestly, this is the sweet spot for rapid career growth right now.
An AI operator doesn't just ask chatbots casual trivia questions. They use AI every single day to plan huge projects, brainstorm complex ideas, draft heavy quarterly reports, and automate all the painfully boring stuff. Instead of staring at a blank page for an agonizing hour, an operator generates a comprehensive project outline in 10 seconds and then spends the next 59 minutes perfecting the actual strategy. It turns you into a highly productive force multiplier, making you undeniably faster and just vastly more capable than someone who is stubbornly trying to do it all from scratch.
Let's dive into Section 4, Skills that Stay Valuable, and how you complement the machine. To really elevate your game, you need to double down on the skills that perfectly complement AI. Remember, an AI can generate 1,000 ideas in 10 seconds flat, but only your creativity and your sharp critical thinking can decide which of those ideas actually matter, which ones perfectly fit your specific audience. And hey, are those bold claims the AI is making actually supported by real evidence? Because, let's be real, we all know AI can and will hallucinate widely outdated or totally fabricated information. Your critical thinking is the ultimate safety net there. It's what stops a silly hallucination from becoming a really costly business error. Plus, companies still desperately need human leadership to resolve messy interpersonal conflicts and handle deep uncertainty. You don't need to be a machine learning researcher, but having enough technical literacy to grasp these concepts keeps you firmly in the driver's seat. And that actually brings us to the secret weapon you already possess, your domain expertise. This is the stuff that cannot be independently replicated by an AI. Let's say you have a deep background in event management or video production. Sure, AI can help you research trending topics, draft a solid script, or quickly generate a visual storyboard, but it absolutely cannot replace your hard-earned skills in physical planning, coordinating chaotic logistics on the ground, managing a tight budget, or most importantly, deploying deep human empathy to communicate with incredibly difficult, stressed-out clients. Navigating a frustrated client requires nuance, patience, and emotional intelligence. No language model can simulate that. Whether you are in healthcare, high finance, or digital marketing, combining your unique, specialized industry knowledge with these new AI tools is exactly what makes you totally irreplaceable.
Finally, Section 5, your 4-month roadmap. It is time to learn AI like a university student. So, we've covered the mindset and the skills. Now let's lock in a highly actionable 4-month plan that takes you from basic theory to undeniable proof. Month 1, focus purely on understanding the landscape. Get to know what machine learning and large language models actually are under the hood. Don't worry about coding yet, just understand the mechanics of how they predict text. Knowing the foundation totally dispels the magic and the fear. Then in month 2, you get your hands dirty. This is all about practical use. Learn advanced prompting techniques, integrate AI into your research, play with writing and image generation. Figure out how to make the machine do exactly what you want, rather than settling for its generic first guess. Month 3 is where you truly level up by focusing on automation. Dive into no-code tools and basic scripts. Why? Because no-code tools bridge that massive gap between having a good idea and actually building software. You can suddenly connect different apps together so data flows automatically. Zero computer science degree required. And finally, month 4, you build. Step out of the tutorials and create a personal website, or better yet, build a custom AI assistant tailored specifically for your daily tasks. Building a custom assistant is huge because it proves your definitive value to any employer. Having a portfolio of real-world, functioning projects proves your skills 1,000,000 times better than any online certificate ever could.
As you're executing this roadmap, I want you to keep these core philosophies front and center. The clear winners of the AI era aren't necessarily going to be the ones who memorize the most obscure prompt engineering tricks. And they won't just be the ones rushing to use the absolute newest model the literal second it drops. No. The winners will be the continuous learners. Adaptability is the ultimate skill of the 21st century. The people who win will be the ones who rigorously verify information rather than just blindly trusting machine outputs. They'll build incredible trust through nuanced human judgment, and they will continuously adapt as the tech inevitably shifts underneath them.
Because ultimately, just like electricity, AI is at its most powerful when it amplifies your humanity, not when it attempts to replace it. So I want to leave you with this defining question. Will you let the anxiety of replacement freeze you in place, or will you step up and use these incredible tools to aggressively amplify your own curiosity, your creativity, and your decision-making? The next 4 months, and honestly the entire trajectory of your career, are completely in your hands. Get out there and start building.